Hello, welcome to your snack sandwich. Today I have a really quick video for you on MOZAIC. MOZAIC is an AI optimized yield and liquidity strategy vault system. Okay, this shouldn't take too long to explain. Basically, it's a vault that yield farms for you, auto compounding, and basically uses AI to decide when to do certain things. Okay, so here's the vaults. If you go to the website vault, there's only one vault right now, and it takes any kind of stablecoin, USDC, USDT, USDC, DAI, or Frax, and it distributes those or it deploys those assets across all of these chains and farms reward tokens, sells reward tokens, and auto compounds. Right now, it's currently projecting 7.6% on stablecoins, which is pretty good. Now, it doesn't say anywhere here, but I do believe that this is a subsidized inside with the MOZAIC governance token, okay? This MOZ token. Now, there's a few things in here. So some of the main selling point of this is that it uses AI to kind of make some decisions. So let's read some of the decisions that the AI does. It says a user deposits in one of the MOZAIC vaults Archimedes. Archimedes is the name of the AI model that they're using. It decides to rebalance the deposit across vault assets so that it can then allocate those assets to farms that will net the highest APY before compounding if it is the most efficient to allocate to a new farm that hour. So blah, 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 blah. What does that mean? Basically, it's going to use its AI modeling to decide where to put those funds, right? And whether or not it should do an auto compounding and so forth. Now, there's a lot in here to read. I did read through all of these docs. You can kind of get a good idea if you go here. Kind of like there's like these major features of this protocol, and there's a bunch of stuff that's happening off chain, and that is this Iron Hand and Conan. So Iron Hand kind of collects the data from like what are the APYs on various places and so forth. Conan kind of takes that data and makes it more readable and puts it into a cloud server. It actually says Google Cloud Server. Um, so it puts it into this Google Cloud Server, and then this Archimedes Vault can then access that data and make decisions on what it needs to do. Okay, so currently they have this Hercules Vault is the vault I showed you that does these stable coins across these chains. It does say that the only farms that it has that it's claiming it has here are the Stargate Finance. So if you think about it, what it's basically doing is it's taking your stable coins and it's putting it as a single-sided uh, onto the Stargate yield farms. So if we go to Stargate and we go to pool, as you can see, there are all these different places where you can put stable coins or ETH, or but in the case of the Archimedes vault, it's these vaults. So it's kind of taking and putting the assets into the sides of the bridge that are the most lucrative, and sometimes it will bridge across and make some changes. Like maybe it'll take some of the USDC out of Ethereum and put it into USDC on Arbitrum or something like this, depending on obviously it'll justify that with the cost of bridging as well as the reduction of TVL on Ethereum versus the addition to TVL on Arbitrum and so forth. Now, last thing I do want to talk about are these fees. Oh no, before I talk about that, I did want to say that this MOZAIC Vault, like it does say, if I go to distribution of the Vault, where is it? Emissions. Okay, so if we go to these emissions, you will see that this MOZAIC token does say that it has Vault incentives to be announced. So it might not be alive yet, and in the front end, it doesn't have any mention that it's being live. So I'm not exactly sure if that this 7.6 is purely just the performance of this Vault, or if this is being like subsidized. It doesn't say anywhere inside here or inside the vault that it's being like that APY is being increased by the inflation, right? However, it does say in the docs that there is to be some inflation to incentivize volts for 2 months. I don't know if that 2 months is up or if it hasn't happened yet. So that's something you'll have to dig a little bit deeper in and ask. The last thing I do want to talk about are the fees. Where are the fees? Volts fees. It's pretty straightforward. There is a performance fee on the Volt. It's 15%. So they take 15% of the yield and they put that yield kind of into the treasury. um, Now there is also a taxation on the token MOZAIC. So it's a 2.5 taxation on trades. If you want to consider this token, it's on Camelot. So as you can see, there is the possibility you can get to the MOZAIC. You can buy it on Camelot. You can add it to this ETH pool and farm this APR of 320%, and that is both in MOZAIC tokens as well as obviously. Well, it does say 0, so I guess it's all MOZAIC token APR. It doesn't seem to be any farming of Grail inside this pool. So I guess they're just using the MOZAIC token to incentivize this liquidity pool. So there is a taxation on buying and selling of that token. So 2.5%, 1% is directed to increase the liquidity, so increasing protocol-owned liquidity. And then 1.5% is directed to the DAO treasury, and it does say that the DAO will be able to decide what those fees will do in the future through some DAO governance. You do have to stake. You can stake it X MOZAIC, right? You can convert it here at a 1-to-1 ratio. It has a vesting schedule if you want to get out and redeeming and so forth. So if you have staked your MOZAIC tokens for X MOZAIC and you want to vest out, there is this consideration of how long you want to vest your tokens. 15 days, you get half of your tokens back. 30 days, you get 75%. And then 45 days, you get all of your tokens back. And now it does say the only thing that the X MOZAIC gives you is the ability to voice your opinion on the MOZAIC DAO. So basically vote on how that treasury is going to be used. There's no current setup in here of like fee sharing or any kind of a financial incentive to do so, but I believe that would be something that would definitely come in the future, as most DAOs do that with as once governance is distributed enough. Okay, so that's pretty much it. As always, come and dig a little bit deeper, find out what's going on here. They do talk about other vaults and stuff like that, but I guess they're trying to build this GMX and gains gamma strategies like Volt that kind of will jump between these different positions. But that would be something that would be a little bit harder than just pulling stablecoins out of Stargate, bridging and putting into the other side of Stargate. So and I would also like to see some other possibilities for this Hercules Vault, like other than just the Stargate farm, maybe some other farms like adding to liquidity pools, especially stable swap liquidity pools around. Okay, so that's it for today. Hope this has been interesting and useful, and thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.